Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube review video. And today I'm going to be looking at something that if you've been following the training camp vlogs from Mallorca, you'll have seen a lot. And it is this Achedaway Pro massage gun. Because, well, pretty much every video we shot, we had us using this, be it at the meet, be it before training, be it in our recovery sessions at the house. We used this a hell of a lot. And I thought it was only right that we do take the time to talk about it on the channel, because this thing's been great. We've loved using it. And this product from Achedaway's website costs $299 US. It currently has a $50 US discount code, so you're looking at $249 for the Achedaway Pro, which is not cheap by any means. Now, before I go any further, I probably should talk about what the point of a massage gun is. And they are a trend that's getting more and more popular. You're seeing more and more people use these at swim meets, on poolside, in the gym, in other areas of life. We was getting a burger the other day, and the waiter was using one. I don't understand, but anyhow, they were becoming more and more popular. And the idea is they basically vibrate at varying rates on a specific part on your body. They're very particular with where you point them, so you can put them directly on your pec minor or on your lap, or on a tender point, on a knot. And they aim to allow myofascial release. Now, whether or not they actually achieve that, that's another thing for another day, because they might not be able to apply the pressure to do that. But they definitely target blood flow. They can help with inflammation, they can help with DOMS, they can help with soreness, and they basically help recovery and your warm-up or cool-down process. You could argue that they do very similar roles to a foam roller, and you wouldn't be wrong. And to be honest, I think a foam roller probably gets a little deeper, can get them niggles and knots out, and really work your fascia a little bit better. So if you are looking at the best option, and the cheaper option, a foam roller is probably the way to go. But the thing with a foam roller is it's very manual. It's you getting on the foam roller and actually spending time and exertion to use it. Whereas the pro with this is, it's almost like having your own masseuse in a little gun that, while watching the TV, you're not even like exerting anything, but it's doing its thing. And that's why I must say that since I've had this, my foam roller time hasn't decreased. I still use my foam roller before every session and back at home, but maybe I'm using that 10-15 minutes a day, and I'm using this an hour plus a day, because it is so easy. And literally you can watch a movie and you can use it the whole time. Like it really is that accessible. You stick it in your swim bag, you take it to a meet, this is always going to be there. Even on travel days when you're on an airplane, like you can take this in your bag and use it at the airport. Like, it really can go everywhere, and it's really so simple to use. Even the places that are a bit harder to get, maybe your shoulder blades, your lower back, you can get a mate to do it, and it works, and it's a novel thing as well. Now, the novelty of these is indeed increasing, and I remember one of our swimmers about a year ago coming into training with the Hyper Ice, a Hypervolt model, I think it's that model, and I was like, whoa, this is nice, this is cool, like I want to get one. And as like a lot of people, I went out and I got a really cheap model. I don't know what this one's called, but this one was well under £100. It came probably from China, and it's terrible. And that's the first thing I wanted to say, is there's a lot of these that are cheap that are terrible, and you really should steer clear of these sort of knockoff models if you actually want even slightly deep tissue sort of effects. So you might say, well, Sonny, this Achedaway one is $250. I can get this $50. Don't. Just stick to the known brands, such as Achedaway, and you'll be all right. Now, why is it that something like this is so much better than something like this? And I think there's two main metrics when it comes to massage guns. There's their revs per minute, the amount of times that this tip goes back and forth within a minute, and then there's also how much sort of movement it goes, so how far and back the tip of these massage guns go. So this Achedaway one has 5 speed settings from 1700 RPM to 2800 RPM, and the tip has a movement, as a depth rating of 16 millimeters, which is up there with the very best. Now these cheaper ones, what they do a good job of is they go very fast. So this might actually go more than 2,800 RPM. I have no idea what this particular one is, but its depth will be like 6mm or 10mm at most. So even though it's going faster, it's not actually making any impact. So you'd be better off with a slightly slower one that has the full 16mm or more of range, which I don't think many do, than having one that's super fast and it says it's got this great RPM, but it doesn't actually have any impact to it whatsoever. And that, they don't even tell you what the depth rating is on something like this. I don't even know, I just can feel it's terrible. And yeah, so if they don't even tell you the depth rating, don't bother buying that massage gun. Outside of trying one of the Kids I Coach's high price one, over a year ago on a couple of occasions, I've only really tried some cheap models like the one I've just thrown away and this Achedaway one. So I'm not going to compare this to your Theraguns, your high price, your Tin Tam and all these other ones. They might be better, they might not be as good, I really don't know. But what I will talk about is the pros and cons of this. So the first thing, it comes in this really nice case, this hard case. To be honest, I don't think you're going to actually use this as a travel case because it's probably too big. But for storage and stuff like that, it's nice. Or in your suitcase when you travel. I did take this away to Mallorca with me because it contains all the little interchangeable tips. When it comes to interchangeable tips, you literally just pull it out the top. It's really easy. And you've got two sort of softer options. So you've got this is the most versatile one. It's foam, it's soft, it's nice, it's not overdone. And you've also got this fork, which is like a hard plastic, which is good for the neck. And I like it either side of your spine going down. It's really nice. And then you've got two aluminium. So you've got this bullet, which is like the mega trigger point one. So you get this on a bit of a sore point, a knot in your back or anything like that, on your chest. And oh my God, this one's pretty extreme. And you've also got this flat head, which is aluminium. Depending on what you want, like for warm up before a race, I'd probably go with this one on a lighter setting. And then when I'm really tight and need like full recovery, I'll probably go on a high setting with one of these. So again, the versatility of the Achedaway is huge. I found the battery life absolutely fantastic. I probably can use this 4 or 5 days in a row. I think it's rated 4 hours. And then I charge it overnight and then do the same again. I'm never going to use the battery life in one day. I took this away to a meet when we flew to Ibiza for a meet. I took this away to the meet with me. Didn't take the charger. Didn't need the charger. So that's good. I used it every day. If you do worry about battery life, you can actually remove the battery, which is a pretty cool little ability. So you can buy replaceable batteries. I think they're like $70. I won't bother doing it personally because I said I'm not running out of battery. But if you are worried, you can buy a spare battery. And yeah, you definitely won't ever run out of battery. But I don't think that's essential. I'm not personally gonna buy a spare battery. Negatives from me, it's heavy. It's a metal, it's an aluminium, I think aluminium build. This main area, so the handle's plastic, the main area is metal and it's heavy. Like when you're using it, for extended periods of time, it does start to not ache your arm. It's still easy to use. I don't know what the other brands are like in terms of lightness, but I would personally like a lighter model than this. And the other downside is the noise. I don't know how well you can pick up that noise. Actually on level 1 it's not too bad, but as you increase to that 5th level, it's quite noisy. I know there's others that are much noisier. The cheap ones are miles noisier. They actually talk about this being quite quiet. So maybe compared to others it is, but still when watching TV, I would like, and especially when it actually makes impact, it gets noisier. I would like it quieter. I don't know how quiet you can physically make these things. Maybe you're not getting them much quieter, but that's my 2 cents. A lighter and quieter Achedaway would be perfect for me. A review wouldn't be complete with actually me talking about how it's made me feel. Does it help and aid recovery? And honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to make any miracle claims about this, but does it make me feel better mentally? Yes. And then does that help recovery? Maybe. I've really enjoyed using this. This is like, it feels like you're getting a massage when using it. It really is a nice feeling. Between me, Ad and Lewis, we were using this every day at some point. We all used it. We was all fighting over it. We loved using it. It feels nice when you're doing it, and that can't be a bad thing. Even if it makes, a little bit of recovery aid, then that's great. Should you spend the money on it? Well, if you've got the money and you want to get one, I say knock yourself out. You will enjoy using this. If you are questioning whether or not you should spend that much money on something like this, well, I'm not going to lie to you, the smart option would be to buy a foam roller and use that. but it's not as fun to use as this. What about the other brands? Well, as I said, I've not tried them. They are more expensive, some of the other brands like Therabody and Theragun, but they do have some cool features such as Bluetooth pairing, so you can do things with your phone. I didn't know I needed that, but it sounds pretty cool. They claim to be quieter and lighter, and you know, they've got some cool ergonomic grips. Some have tips that heat up. So I'm not saying this is the indefinite and best one that you should buy, but I've really liked the Achedaway Pro. It's currently got a $50 discount code, but I'm pretty sure they've always got a discount code going on. So don't rush and buy it. But if you've been looking into one, don't buy a cheap one. Get a reputable brand. I can tell you that the only reputable brand and good one that I know of is the Achedaway Pro. I've loved using it. Yeah, cheers for watching the video. Hope you enjoy it. Catch you on the next one.
What's up with down there? Oh my god, look at that. Oh yeah boy, I'm gonna get turned up.